Can words or ideas really change our lives? This is really important to this show. Like, some people might be just thinking we're just talking. Like, how's that going to change the world? Okay. And so there's a verse of the Holy Quran. I'm kind of not going to read it too much because it's kind of like still a bit old style English and whatever. Like, people don't say deem it a favor. Okay. So basically, people think like religion and so many other things, like you're doing, like if somebody becomes a Muslim, like you're doing them a favor, you're listening to God, you're doing God a favor. Like, you got it completely upside down. God is doing you a favor by telling you these amazing things to make your life better, and you only realize that if you're honest, right? Like, you're truthful to yourself, right? So that's kind of just the beginning. So I'm just going to quickly read the short version, then I'm going to go in the short kind of answer to the question, can words or ideas really change our lives? Science is ideas based on facts. Okay, so good ideas from areas of science such as psychology, which tell us what makes us happy. Sorry, have I read that wrong or something? Let me read that. Good ideas from areas of science such as psychology tell us what makes us happy. The sentence is terrible. Be honest, listen to truths, and you'll benefit is a short version. Okay, so let's get on with preparing to fast, so break our fast. So 43 past, which is 1 minute's time, we're going to break our fast. I'm going to quickly explain. Me and Saleh are Muslims, and so fasting has been proven now to be good for our health, but we've known, it's been taught for thousands of years, including in Islam, Judaism, different religions. And so what we're going to do is, when we break our fast, we normally have dates. And first of all, I do want to do a mini shout out to my neighbor, my Jewish neighbor, by the way, okay, who's brought these dates for us, celebrating Ramadan. So Bismillah, we're going to say Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in the name of God, the gracious, the merciful. Allahumma laka samto. This is Arabic. Wabikamantu Allah rizqaka aftato. Oh God, do we break our fast with this? You got 4 seconds. You did it early. That's okay. It doesn't matter.
No,
Yeah.
it's 20 seconds after.
Oh, I'm looking at the clock. It's got exactly, I don't know.
No, this clock is.
Oh, I don't know.
You're looking at your stream one, aren't you?
No, I'm looking at the clock that I've got down there. The Windows
What
clock.
do you have? The clock is behind.
That's weird. I can't believe that. We have to compare clocks, you know.
Mine
Oh,
is
God.
30 seconds past now.
And so is my one.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. So you broke up 43 past, didn't you, or 42?
43, like 10 seconds after.
Oh, no, I don't know. Oh, this is another thing. Why am I drinking milk from a honey jar? That's another weird thing to talk about. So, in our family, and it's actually not just in my family, it's like an Islamic thing to not waste at all. And when you don't waste at all, it's not just about saving the environment like we've been talking about, but actually you actually feel more lucky when you really like clean your plate clean. That's actually a teaching in Islam. Oh, Saleh, you have to tell me if people are commenting. What's this? Bigs in best followers, primes, and viewers. Actually, I don't know what that's
Yeah,
all
that
about.
happened a long time ago. That's some bot or something.
Some bot. Okay, I didn't even notice that. Yeah. So what I do, so to scrape out all the honey, I warm up the milk and then shake it a little bit. And when it's hot, it melts. So not a single drop of honey is wasted. It all goes in here. By the way, Saleh, have you ever tried milk and honey? There's a
Yes,
combination.
but not like that. Never.
Yeah, not like that, but yeah, it's a really good combination. Definitely should try it. Really healthy, really tasty. Anyway, let's get back onto the main subject. So, here we go. So, science. So here's kind of like the summary of the idea, or like slightly deeper explanation of what I just said about science generally as ideas that help us. So we should anyway. So science has made our modern world possible. Science is just words, but based on facts. The more we learn, the more powerful we become. So if we listen to words based on facts about what makes us happy or how to help the environment, for example, we will be doing ourselves a favor. You only need to be honest with yourself when assessing the facts relating to the teachings of Islam. Are they based on science? The question is that's what you want to ask yourself, right? Okay, so if they're based on facts, that's going to help you. The Holy Quran backs up everything it teaches with science and logic and has been continuously proven to be correct over often being proved right over thousands of years ahead of its time. One example, slightly embarrassing example, but I do write this stuff in a rush. One second. So, one example is that of circumcision. Okay, I'm not going to explain what that is. Do Google it if you don't know. Saleh, you know what that is, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which has been prescribed by religions for thousands of years and sounds like a crazy idea, but recently has proved to protect against STDs. So, don't know if you know what that is. Do you know what
Mm-hmm.
that is? Yeah. Okay. So, a weird example, maybe, but that's just one of endless examples of how Islam, especially, is thousands of years ahead of science. And so, if you listen to these words, okay, it's going to make your life better, right? That's just one way, but it talks about so many ways that makes us happier and so many practical things that we're actually totally failing at the moment, like how to connect with other human beings and be happy and stuff like that. That's why I do these shows, because we're so terrible at being happy. Like, people, despite having more and more things, are becoming more and more miserable. Any thoughts, Sana?
Mm. I'm pretty sure you said something about that before, that recently, that more things you have, more miserable you are. It just depends on the person, doesn't it?
So yeah, this is a really interesting point, yeah, that you focused on. So it's really weird how we can have so much stuff and be so miserable. Okay, and so let me explain logically why that might happen. So we're not good. We're not good at making decisions about happiness, right? We tend to choose the wrong things because we think short term. So a really good example is like nowadays it's very common not to talk to our parents. Okay, in modern Western families, because in the short term you don't get much money. It's like, what's the point of that? I don't, I'm not going to talk to my parents because they're boring. I'm not going to talk to my family; they're boring. And I find that even happens in even our family, sort of religious family, who are taught from a very young age, family are very important, but we kind of reduced it to, WhatsApp messages is not really good communication. So it's really easy to slip into bad habits, and Islam teaches us the really good habits. So to the extent that, for example, we've got a good relationship with my Jewish neighbor and many other neighbors, and it's not my direct neighbor, it's kind of further down. But the point is, in Islam, we say loads of people, 40 houses to the right, 40 houses to the left, 40 houses in front, and 40 houses behind are all neighbors, and we have to be best friends with all of them, right? Okay, so if it wasn't for me going up to him and so many other people, people just wouldn't know each other. Actually, my Jewish neighbor is really friendly, but he's more friendly than most, right? But the point is, maybe because that's part of his religion as well, right? Anyway, it's like these ideas are really practical and make a massive difference, and without them, we don't actually follow those tips, basically.